This small lozenge tin is from the 1870s. It has a patent design by Bryant and May, which is probably not visible on this DVD. This Nelson lozenge tin is around about 1890, and I based that on the fact of the price at 1 shilling. These tins were actually advertised at 6pence in 1880. It's an oval tin, as you can see, and this one actually has lozenges in. I don't think I would like to try one of these. But I've been working on Gelatine Factory for probably 4 years since my return, and this is the first time that I've actually seen Nelson's lozenges. This Nelson's tin is from 1911. It's dated by the registration number here. It's got scenes of Stratford-upon-Avon, Warwick Castle, Kenilworth Castle, and the Lord Leicester Hospital. It's also sponsored by the King of Spain. Nelsons were also involved in fruit essences in orange, almond, vanilla, etc. These were mainly sold in bulk and repackaged by different manufacturers. So these particular ones by Lorimer and Marshall, I believe it towards the beginning of the 20th century. And they were also involved in the manufacture of gravies. This one sponsored under the name of Gordon's and sold in oval tins. And the G. Nelson trademark there. These were mainly done from London rather than Warwick, I suspect, by the address on the label. In the 1950s, Davis Gelatine took a controlling share in Nelson Dale & Co. The livery here of light blue cream and navy are Davis colours, probably used on Nelsons for the very last time. This is a cardboard tin. The top and base are rusted, but still has some of its contents. Nelson's Photographic Gelatine No. 1. This was actually packaged by Jonathan Fallowfield Limited. And this was pretty much the same as it was in the 1880s. And the contents of gelatine here, for photographic purposes. This is probably around 1910. In 1899, round about Warwick, sponsored by Nelson's and written by Alfred Barnard, was published. This was around Warwick with 2 chapters, but the vast majority of this book is about the gelatine factory at Emscote. In 1879, Nelson's published their own book, Home Comforts. It was a recipe book plus household hints using Nelson's gelatine. They later published the Home Comforts with the Nelson sign. This book is from Burgess and Colborne's, around about 1880. In 1882, Mary Hooper was asked to revise Nelson's Home Comforts, and this later ran into 23 editions. If your company was large enough, you could actually have your name printed on the base of these books. Mary Hooper died in 1904, and Nelson's published the 23rd and final edition after 1907. Lozenge tins were printed with various patterns, I believe from around about the 1890s to the 1920s. They generally all had the Kenilworth Castle, Warwick Castle, Stratford upon Avon and the Lord Leicester Hospital in Warwick. And the differences would be on here. Nelson's gelatine lozenges, some would be by appointment to the King of Spain. And inside there would be differences which would give you an indication of date on the inscriptions. This could be from the 51. The reason why I say this is because it's dated by the mark underneath, and the inscription inside has not been fired, which would suggest that it was only for display purposes. On the inside of the lid, it's gold. So there we have it, Nelson's gelatine.